Hey congregation, Pastor David here with this week's video update. Keep watching to find out what's going on at VCB these days. It'll take just a few minutes. I'm super excited that fall is upon us. This is my favorite time of year. I love to get out into nature with my camera and take pictures of fall color. Helen and I are planning some hiking and scenic drives. I hope you make some time to enjoy God's creation. The likelihood of catching COVID outdoors is almost non-existent. As far as this weekend's services, the weather's supposed to be perfect, so we're planning to be outdoors for both services, Saturday at 5 p.m. and Sunday at 10:30 a.m. Masks are optional when outside the building, but please wear one if you go indoors. Be mindful to keep 6 feet between you and non-family members at all times. Also, if you have cold or flu-like symptoms, we encourage you to watch the service at home online. Children's ministry begins this weekend for 1st through 5th grade. We've already been having it for birth through age 5. Children are inside for the entire service, so please show up early so you can get your kids checked in and situated before the start of the service. Amy Netzel could still use some volunteers for the week to come, so please consider serving. We're sticking around after both services this weekend for fellowship, so bring a picnic dinner on Saturday night or a picnic lunch on Sunday morning and fellowship with other believers. We've done this a couple of times now and it's been well received. We need face-to-face interaction with other people. It's not good for us to remain cooped up indoors. Our plan is to be outside the next 3 weekends, weather permitting. Then, on the weekend of October 31st, November 1st, we're coming back inside for the rest of the fall and winter. We'll go back to the 3-service format, Saturday night at 5 p.m. in the gym, Sunday morning at 9 a.m. in the sanctuary, and Sunday morning at 10:45 a.m. in the gym. The 2 gym services will be full band. The service in the sanctuary will be simpler, Tim on acoustic and Tina on piano. Registration will be required because seating will be limited. Again, this does not begin until the very end of the month. Some of you have expressed concern about our new policy of allowing people to remove their masks during the message. So we're going to try an experiment. There will be a mask-only service on Saturday, October 31st in room 311, concurrent with the Saturday night service in the gym. The worship and message will be piped in by video, but masks will be worn the whole time. We're trying this to see if it might eliminate a barrier for some. We have a few upcoming events to highlight. Bob Schroeder is inviting all growth group leaders to a couple of meetings for the purpose of training, networking, and sharing best practices. The first one will be on Saturday, November 7th from 8 to 10 a.m. in room 311. The second will be the following Saturday, November 14th, same time and place. This includes men's, women's, and mixed group leaders. Please save the date. Our women's ministry will be having a Sisters United event next Saturday, October 17th at 9 a.m. This is a great opportunity for women of all ages to fellowship with one another. More information about these events can be found in the e-newsletter. Now that we're getting somewhat back to normal, we are beginning to roll out our new corporate discipleship process. This has been put on hold to a large degree due to the COVID craziness. It has 4 elements: gather, grow, give, and go, and we are thankful to Ben Olson for designing these icons for us. You will hear more about this in the weeks to come. The search process is underway for the youth pastor and children's ministry director positions. The elders and deacons are in the process of approving job descriptions. Pastor Rod will be leading the search for the new youth pastor. In the meantime, James Politis is serving as the interim high school director and Jamie Swain, the interim junior high director. We're thankful that God has provided these men until we're able to find a full-time replacement. Our hope is to have someone in place by the new year. As for the children's ministry position, we have our sights set on a candidate. The elders and deacons are in the process of approving that person. An announcement could be coming in the near future, pending the outcome of those deliberations. Unfortunately, these are not the only staff changes. Bob Schroeder is retiring later this year. He and Karen have already sold their home and bought a new one out of state. He's planning to work until the end of November. We're going to miss that couple. We owe Bob a huge debt of gratitude for what he's done with our building during his tenure. This is going to create a hole in facilities and our growth group ministry. We have someone lined up to be a part-time interim facilities director while we strategize a longer-term approach. As for the Growth Group ministry, the plan is to unite that ministry back with hospitality and congregational care to have a director of community life again, like we did when Larry Jacob was on our staff. The elders and deacons are in the process of approving those job descriptions. The plan is for me to lead the search. Again, we hope to have that person in place by the new year. Choosing new staff members is a big deal, so please pray that God will lead us to the right people. Here are some things going on in our congregation. 2 individuals have lost loved ones. Pat Martin recently lost his mother, and Kelly Lassiter lost her brother. Our sympathies to those families. John Loesch is celebrating 35 years as a first responder with the Rolling Meadows Fire Department. Thank you, John, for keeping safe the people of that community. Don Zavell, a former elder and all-around Renaissance man, recently had a painting of Abraham Lincoln accepted by Lincoln's Presidential Library and Museum in Springfield. It took Don over 500 hours to paint it. It's being displayed in the atrium of the library. Way to go, Don. God has provided well for the needs of our church. We finished our fiscal year with some surplus funds. An amount was allocated for our missionaries. Many of them have experienced a shortfall in giving because of COVID, so the unexpected gift was timely. They wrote notes of appreciation which can be read in the e-newsletter. We also allocated an amount to be given outside the walls of our church to worthy organizations, but the final amounts have not yet been set. We'll give you an update when that occurs. I'm continuing the series on Daniel this weekend. We're going to be looking at the writing on the wall in Daniel 5. Next week, we're privileged to have in our pulpit Pastor Carlos Guadaño of Corona de Amor in Palatine. He's the founding pastor of that congregation, which belongs to the same denomination as our church. Looking forward to hearing what that brother has to share with us. I would encourage you, the election is swift approaching. If you are not registered to vote, you still have a few days to get that done. So we need Christians to come out in numbers and vote and have an impact on this election. That's it for this week. May the Lord continue to protect you and provide for your needs. May you experience extraordinary closeness with Him in the days ahead.